Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or I should say good afternoon. I'm your host, George Iceman. Welcome to the Reveal Report. I'm joined by a guest. Before I bring him on, this is an incredible opportunity for all of you that are watching because we've discussed exorcism in a few shows and the importance to it and how dangerous it can be as well. There's so many facets to it. And we are broadcasting live from the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. It is the anniversary, of course, of the Paracon convention. The very first one I attended only had a few hundred people. It was in the outskirts of Connecticut. And now today, over 6,000 people assemble here as we pay tribute to the Warrens, Ed and Lorraine. And it's a great pleasure to be here. My guest is an exorcist. I'm going to have him just introduce himself to everybody watching and where he's from and what he does a little bit, because we're going to get into it. So please, like, subscribe, and share. Share the link with your friends. It's going to be a very interesting show. Please share with us.
My name is Archbishop Plato Edgewakis. I'm an Archbishop with the Mexican National Catholic Church. It's an independent church, as there are 5 or so that are independent from Rome. We are valid, recognized as being valid, but we run autonomously, which is a benefit for what we do. So we bypass the red tape. I represent Canada. I live in Canada, reside in Canada, and an Archbishop. And exorcisms, as I've been called, I work with many paranormal teams. I have 2 sisters, Sister Lucy and Sister Kia, one in Ottawa, one near Windsor, Detroit. So I have sisters that work with me. My approach is really that I work with people with wonderful gifts. They're clairvoyant, they're energy workers. My sisters are called mystic. It's just a different word, meaning the same thing. But they're effective, they're wonderful, and this is what it's all about. I am here at the Warrens Paracon and Secrets of the Paranormal, and I have been a member of NESPAR for the last 3+ years. I came down on the request of the members and Dan and Tony regarding the case they were working on. And once I was down here, we sort of hit it off, and they brought us on board. My sister Kia and myself have been now full-fledged members as spiritual advisors, and he brings us down. And now, of course, with the COVID outbreak, we haven't been able to cross the border. But now that everything's back to normal, we're down here again. And I was here 3 days ago. We went to the home. We blessed the truck with the artifacts, the driver. They got here safely. I assisted to help them get things up and running. And once the artifacts were up on display, I blessed each and every one of them again, including Annabelle. That's the whole premise. Yeah. Evil is real, and we're here to make sure that everybody's safe. 6,000 plus people is a lot of people, my friend, and we want to make sure each and every one of them here today gets home safely.
100%. Archbishop, you said you were from Canada. I actually originally did not know that. I'm also from Canada.
Oh, lovely.
From Toronto.
I grew up in Hamilton.
Oh, very nice.
But I moved up to the Muskoka, Haliburton area now.
Nice area.
And Sister Kia's from Ottawa.
Okay.
Sister Lucy's in Windsor, outside
wow.
Detroit.
Yeah.
So, and we're growing, and we've got a YouTube page. Sacred Sister of the Kaleidoscope. I guess we can put a link on that later.
Yeah, we'll put a link on it so you can check on it below.
Yeah, I'm also working with in the States here, working with the Spirit Realm Network. They're giving us a platform so that we can gather this empirical evidence that we're talking about to show that evil is real and to really bring it to light and open people's eyes. So we're going to work with them as well. And together we're going to create some great projects. And that's the goal. That's what I'm here. It's people come out and they say, "Oh, you're just dressed as a priest. It's just a costume." No, I'm here. I'm here protecting each and every one of these individuals. They don't realize it, but I'm actually here to make sure everybody gets home safely.
And I have to say that exorcism is an important situation. Sometimes it's the last resort to possession.
Right.
And I have a video here of a story done on mainstream news. I'm going to play this video for the audience, and then I'd like you to comment on it.
Certainly.
So I'm going to play this video. Everybody, here's your chance to turn up the volume, take a listen. This is a news story on mainstream media, and we have an actual real exorcist with us who's going to comment on this story. So take a look at this.
The idea of the devil, evil incarnate, has irresistible symbolic force, and the character of Lucifer inhabits our greatest literature from Paradise Lost to Faust. But what about the devil not as a symbol, but as an actual willful being, a fallen angel in Christian belief that can not only affect human events, but enter human bodies? Tonight, we go inside the controversial and extraordinary rite of exorcism with my co-anchor Terry Moran for our series, Faith Matters.
It burns! In Hollywood, exorcisms are full of spooky special effects and terrifying images. As in, most famously, the film, The Exorcist.
I command you to depart from the servant of God.
Emily, can you hear me?
Or there's the battle with the devil in the movie, The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Demons exist, whether you believe in them or not.
But exorcism is more, much more than just fodder for horror flicks. It is one of the most dramatic, profoundly moving, and profoundly controversial of all religious practices.
Oh, no! Leave.
No!
No! Leave now, I command you.
And in real life, this rare footage shows what
you to
actually
leave now.
happens in an exorcism.
Oh, don't let her go.
Stop! Stop it! Get off me! I would do things that I wouldn't necessarily do, but so intense that it was like I was almost a puppet.
Becky Parker is her name. She was possessed by demons, she firmly believes. And she has been saved, she affirms, by the love of God through the rite of exorcism.
I'm happy because I found God.
Yeah.
What are your comments to that?
Oh well, she said it right there. It's clear. I mean, faith is the cornerstone. It's the denominating factor when it comes to these things. I mean, people don't understand when you talk about exorcism, it's not just what you see in 1977. You know, the power of Christ compels you, and there's a levitation and the spinning of the head. It's exorcism. A baptism of a child is an exorcism. When you go to reconciliation in the Catholic Church for confession, that's a form of exorcism.
Wow.
So spiritual deliverances, the many ranges and severities. So, I mean, this woman here, obviously, just by finding God, that alone, that conversion of saying, okay, I've accepted, I acknowledge, I believe, is enough to eliminate whatever it was that was affecting her. It was sufficient. I don't know how demonic it was,
or how intense,
but for what it was, what she did was enough. Now, if she needed more, we'd have given her more in that particular case. But obviously, it worked, and that's the whole. It's awareness that it exists. Evil is real. It's not movie Hollywood. It's real. It's a real life person. Watch your soul. Wants to destroy your life. You have to understand that. That's number one. Number two, there is remedies.
Okay.
That you're not powerless, and you don't have to come just to me. We try to empower people that you can actually say, "Hey, get out of my house. I got boundaries. You can do it. You have a free will, and you have a soul, and that allows you." That was the whole reason why the devil left heaven. Got kicked out because he was all jealous that we got a soul. Well, the soul, it's not just the soul. There's energy and there's power.
Yes.
We are connected to God in a very intimate way. So by just saying, "God, I want this gone. I believe in you," that's done. That's all it takes. In this particular case, I'm happy that it worked out for her.
Yeah, it's amazing that she's gone through this. But you yourself have committed, or have participated in many exorcisms.
Various stages, yes.
And, for the audience, so they understand, like different stages and, maybe some not as bad as others. Some may last longer than others.
Right.
Just to share with the audience, what is one of the most unbelievable cases you've ever participated in?
Actually, one of my first ones, I got a call from a paranormal team, never done an exorcism, never been in the paranormal world. And they were, they said, "Well, can you come and help us out? We're investigating this case and whatever." And I went out and I was ill prepared.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was. I got the book. I'm reading the ritual. So when I realized it's more than just the words.
Yeah.
And then I realized I had a calling. And once I accepted my calling and start to learn and train and experiment and perfect my craft and my trade and my rituals, I realized it's not the word. It's like, I mean, if you ever saw the movie The Rite, at the very end, he's up there. He's kind of like, power Christ, Blessed Virgin. He's like, he's just reading, right?
Yeah.
And then the thing's laughing at him, right? He runs down the stairs. The female reporter in the
Correct.
movie
Yes.
is saying, "You were meant for this."
Yeah.
Then when he went back up, he changed his tune. And then he says, yes, I do believe in the devil,
Yeah.
and then you see the eyes of the devil.
Because he knew it was
Oh
real.
my God! Now he believes. Now I'm in trouble. So again, it's like it applies to us as well that we need to mean what we say. And,
Show authority.
and authority, the veracity.
Yeah.
It's battle, right?
It's battle.
I'm going in. You're gonna go. And it's not I who commands you. It's the power of Christ who commands you. And it's not just like, well, hang on a second. What page? And just read the words. I honestly thought if I just do the ritual, it would be enough.
And
I realized that absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
You have to have a calling, and when you have the calling, you have God's backing, and then it's a battle, and it's warfare.
Yeah.
And you're a soldier, and you become a soldier.
I love it.
So
It's incredible, right?
it is.
Now,
It is.
you're currently working with Tony. You've done blessings. You mentioned it. So people understand, Tony, to this Paracon, decided to take some of the most haunted objects known to
Right.
the
The
regular
world.
world. Yes.
Yeah.
And many movies like The Conjuring were produced based on the cases of these objects that Ed and Lorraine got.
Absolutely.
So the bishop here, the archbishop here, came to do blessings and seal any negative energy from escaping these artifacts,
Yeah.
leaving the premises to come here so that regular people could see it and know how real it really is. So these artifacts are actually on display here in Connecticut, and the archbishop here had to bless it and purify it and protect everybody. That's why he's here as well, to protect everybody who's here from these supernatural paranormal forces.
Yeah. Well, Ed and Lorraine, right? Their premise was, like I always ask, like, well, why don't you just burn the doll? Burn it. No, his idea was, and I agree.
Yeah.
Keep it encased in the object, but lock it up.
Lock it up.
So the occult museum, I call the occult museum, probably the most evil, secure prison for the spirit.
Prison.
It's a prison for the spirit, for the negative, evil, demonic spirits.
Yeah.
It's a prison because if they can't escape the objects that are possessed, then they can't get out there and hurt anybody.
Yeah.
So, having said that, Tony also believes, and I agree as well, that we can't just keep them away. We also need to educate people to say, you know what, this is real. Yeah, you watch the movie, you watch Annabelle Comes Home, watch The Conjuring, you watch it. Oh, that's great. No, these are real. I remember it was the last Paracon. The last event I was here 3 years ago.
Yeah.
A lady came to me and said to me, Bishop, should I really be here? I didn't know that was real. I just thought it was theatrical. Are we safe to be here?
Yeah.
And I said, well, you came here. I said, well, I don't feel safe. I said, well, I'll give you a blessing. So I went up to the audience and I with Tony. I said, anybody wants a blessing before to get home safely?
Yes.
And my lineup was longer than Annabelle's,
right?
And I stole her thunder. But everybody was, oh yeah, I want to get a blessing.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure each and every one of these people, and there's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people here, guys.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And from Italy.
Yeah.
Italy, Greece.
All
over the states.
Canada. People came from Canada, different parts of the U.S., all over the world.
California, Florida.
Yeah.
The East
One woman is
Coast.
German that was here. I saw her. She's from Germany.
So all over the world. So these people have to get home on planes, trains, automobiles. And I would not want to hear that someone took something home or whatever. So I take the stuff seriously.
Yeah.
Give it the due respect that it does. It's evil. Fine. Take your pictures. Recognize it, respect it.
Yes.
Protect yourself.
Yes.
And get home safely.
1,000%.
That's it.
I want to add to it. You heard him saying about a blessing and praying and protection and so forth. I got this rosary today. These beads actually came from a priest. And the archbishop was kind enough to do a blessing for this rosary. So artifacts like these, you don't really need them. But I do like a cross with me. It reminds me of being good and being pure and staying on the right track. And to have them do a blessing is incredible. We all need good blessings, especially from people that have gone through and seen the evil in this world, such as the archbishop. Myself, I told you my background, where I came from. I've seen a lot of dark things in this world. So we're just here to testify, to give glory to God of his power. It's the most superior power of them all.
Yeah.
Lucifer has nothing on God's holy power. And we give him grace, we give him glory, we praise him, and we thank him every single day. In closing, Archbishop, anything you want to say to the audience as a warning? What do you want to share with them?
Hollywood's got us all thinking Satan's coming back, sequel 2, 3, and 4. He has been defeated.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, most blessings, most exorcisms, they're not as dramatic as you see in the movie. Sometimes it can be outright boring.
Yeah.
But the point of the matter is that God's not 100% Friday, 80% Wednesday, 30% Tuesday. He's 100%, 110% and more every day.
Every day.
So when I do a blessing, I go in there saying, you're gone. Like, pack your bags.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I mean, I say the power, I say it's not I who commands you. It is God who commands you. That's it. Like, what are you going to say? No to God? I mean,
you can't.
Exactly. So, the movie's great. It's entertaining. It's theatrical. Fine. But understanding in the real world, okay, faith is powerful. God is powerful. He, like God says, God is not a man that he shall deceive you.
No.
And he won't. So protect yourselves and your family. Because you know what? The world the way it is, the economy,
yes,
energy crisis,
yes,
shortages, food shortages, fuel.
So much negativity.
Global warming,
Yeah.
the hurricanes, the disasters. God, people, take care of yourselves. You know what? Take care of each other. Please, take care of one person.
Yeah.
Mother Teresa of Calcutta.
Yeah.
Someone had asked her, I want to share this, it's really important. It says, people went up to her and said, Mother, how can I save them all? There's so many.
Yeah.
She says, just save one.
To save one.
Just save one is what she said.
One life
so
at
if
a time.
So if we all just save one person, we're going to take care of each other. We're going to change the dynamics and the negative energy and the hopelessness that people feel.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll never afford to buy a house. I'm never going to have a job. And why go to school? It's got to change.
1,000%. Like you said, you're all soldiers on the battlefield, and all of us could do one thing. And if you change a soul, my goodness, they say sometimes, you get an extra stone in your crown. That's how the Lord.
Oh, it's more than that. The prodigal son.
Yeah.
Big party in heaven for one person. If you save one person and you go to the altar of God and God's going to say, "What have you done?" and you say, "I helped one soul."
Yeah.
That is priceless.
Priceless.
The soul is immeasurably priceless.
Yeah.
All the works, all the prayers are great. All the masses you attended, all the good works and deeds. You save one soul. You turn one soul.
It's beautiful.
Guaranteed.
This is real. It's coming from, this is what he does every single day of his life. He's the Archbishop there. He's Canadian, by the way. So I might be, reaching out to him for certain cases that I'm going to be doing in Toronto.
We can do more podcasts.
Absolutely.
This topic is huge. We have lots to talk about and lots to share.
And I'll tell you, I was in talks in the past with Tony. We're working on it. There's a good possibility, maybe, ladies and gentlemen, that we're going to be doing our own show in Toronto, Canada. We're looking at bringing in Tony Spera. We're looking at bringing Ryan Buell, of course, the Archbishop, Plato, and maybe we will have Tony bring the artifacts from Connecticut to Toronto so that you can see for yourselves what they really are and what it's all about. So we're looking like we're working on something for Toronto, March area. Hold tight as we dot the I's and cross the T's.
Wonderful.
Again, we're doing our part with the Reveal Report.
That's all we can do. Reveal. Reveal, that's the word, guys. We are opening your eyes. Open your eyes.
Yep.
All right.
It's incredible. Guys, thank you so much. We have some more guests coming up. I want to thank the Archbishop.
Oh, thank you, man. It's been a pleasure.
We're going to put his information underneath in the description. So, guys, if you want to follow him, support his ministry, reach out, ask him a question, feel free, okay? It's important, guys, that you understand there's real evil out there in the world, but you could turn it around with positivity, good energy, and giving glory to God.
Yeah. Make me proud.
Thank you so much.
Hey, God bless, buddy.
No problem. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. We're going to get some more guests coming up. We're going to take a short break. I'm going to play a video, this short break, paying homage to Ed and Lorraine Warren from The Conjuring that they did, the movie that was based on their story. And I have a video here, and I'm going to play it so you guys just get to understand the popularity and see a little bit of her home and the museum. So take a look at this, and we'll be right back.
I remember meeting my husband. I had gone to the movies. Then when we left, there was a little ice cream parlor there. And he says, "I'll buy all you girls a Coke." I never drank Coke in my life. I don't like Coke. And I ordered an ice cream soda. He told me from day one he knew I was a gold digger.
He went into the Navy on his 17th birthday. When he came home on survivor's leave, she got married on that leave with him because his ship had gone down and he was only one of like 69 survivors on that ship. Ed was passionate, I mean passionate about helping people because Ed lived in a haunted house. He lived in a haunted house in Bridgeport, Connecticut from age 5 to age 12. So he said to me, when I got out of the Navy, I said, I'm going to find out if other people had the same experiences that I did when I lived in that house.
From the time that I was about 7 years old, I remember seeing lights around people. I realized that I was communicating. My Catholic faith is very, very important to me and still is today, and that helped me to help others.
Ed, he was an artist. He went to art school for a couple years after the Navy, and he used to read about haunted houses. And he would drive to these places with Lorraine, and he would take a sketch pad and pencil with him, and he'd pull up in front of the house, he'd sketch the house, take about 30 minutes, and then he'd hand the sketch to Lorraine, and he'd say, Lorraine, do me a favor, go up to the house, knock on the door, they open the door and say, my husband sketched this nice sketch of your home, he wants you to have it. And he said, maybe they'll let us in, and we can talk about the haunting that they have. And that's how they started.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Reveal Report. I'm your host, George Iceman. We are broadcasting live from the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. It's a hotel, casino, event center. Many popular artists from around the world have come to this premises to perform. And we're here to pay homage and show love to the Warrens, Ed and Lorraine, that pioneered the paranormal investigation world. Because of them, many things have changed in this field. And I went to one of their first ones many, many years ago with Lorraine. I was invited out to see it. I went out there, and it was incredible. And it was only a few hundred people. So only a couple of hundred people were there. Here we are more than 10 years later, and ladies and gentlemen, over 6,000 tickets were sold for today's event. Absolutely incredible and exciting that they did 6,000 people. There are some artifacts here. There are vendors, of course, that are here with different types of vendors, you know what I mean? And it's up to you on your belief systems. So come out if you get a chance next year. It happens only once a year, Halloween weekend, and it's usually in Connecticut because it's close to the home. I'm going to say that we're going to have a few more guests coming on. We were talking to the booth next to me, because I'm in a booth, is a very popular TikTok star. And her and her family purchased a home that was haunted based on the Warrens investigation called the Conjuring House. And they actually do investigations, give you an opportunity to go into this home and see it. This family lived in this home for 3 years. And their daughter is talks about the paranormal and helps educate the younger generation through TikTok and social media. So that's going to be very interesting. We're going to have her come on very, very shortly. We spoke to Ryan Buell, who was the lead investigator from a show you may have remembered called Paranormal State on the A&E network. He's also here, and we're hoping to have him join us right here for an interview. And also Tony Spera, who put us together, the curator, the son-in-law of the Warrens. And he's doing an amazing job. He's somewhere around here. They were in the lecture room. They were working on a lecture. When they leave, we're going to have them come in here. Some of you are in the chat saying you like the lighting. Thank you so much. The lights are all on, actually, right now in this convention. And it's great, guys. It's absolutely phenomenal. So, again, it's going to be an amazing evening. It goes until about 8 o'clock tonight. We're going to have 3 or 4 guests. Hopefully, they all match up at the right time to get in here so we can talk to you more about what's happening here. And, again, paying homage to the Warrens, Ed and Lorraine. And this is called the Seekers of the Supernatural Paracon show. Only happens once a year. It's Halloween weekend. And we're here right now. It's absolutely packed, guys. Phenomenal. I thank you all for joining us from around the world. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. If you're following us on YouTube, we thank you so much. Give us a thumbs up. Guys, we're almost at 40,000 people. And we'd love to get to 40,000. We're like a couple thousand away. Share this link with your friends. Follow us on Instagram, guys. We're also on Twitter. Unbelievable stuff going on in the world. I'm also going to remind everybody that if you watch my Monday Intel show, we discussed a particular day that they're planning on doing a massive magical ritual in the Middle East. And that's October 30th. On October 30th, some of the most powerful warlocks and witches are going to come together in a particular location in the Middle East to perform a ritual. They're looking to summon possibly Lilith and crown a new queen and princess of the world, a new queen of the paranormal. So we need to be in prayer, possibly fasting, to prevent this, to blockade it from allowing it to happen. It's a major day, and a lot of evil things usually happen. This holiday, it's not really a holiday, it's a pagan day, goes back and has a lot of meaning. It wasn't meant for kids to go out trick-or-treating, as you may know, Halloween. So we want to put that out there to prepare yourselves, guys. And it's big. Tomorrow's the day, October 30th. It's a big day in the occult. Be in prayer, be in fasting. They're looking to do major things. We need to close all portals, all gateways, take away any permission, any blessing, and cast out any negative energy. We thank you all from wherever you are, wherever you're watching. Again, we're going to be joined by some more guests. I'm just waiting for them to come over because there's a lecture going on in the hall. The lineup started really early today. It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. People were in line to get in here. I arrived a little bit later, of course, got a little bit late. And I got here probably around 10 o'clock sharp. And the lineup, guys, was absolutely insane to get in. In fact, there was still a lineup outside to get into the building for the Paracon show while I was making my way here to set up for this broadcast. So, man, it's unbelievable to see it from a couple of hundred to what's going on here. There's a lot of popular ghost hunters. Some are YouTube famous. Some are on television. They're all here meeting people. There's people with books. A lot of ghost hunters showing you equipment. There's some haunted artifacts that you could actually see, and a lot of stuff. We notice that we have people from all over the world. So we have Northern Ireland with us. God bless everyone from Northern Ireland. God bless those from Scotland, New Zealand. God bless those in Canada and other parts of the U.S. No matter where you're from, thank you for watching the Reveal Report on this special live broadcast, live from the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, as we are talking about the Warrens Paracon, the big convention about the supernatural, the paranormal. It exists, ladies and gentlemen. It's out there. We want you to be aware of it. And we're basically showing homage and showing love to Ed and Lorraine from all they did. They did so much. We have Poland. How you doing, Poland? People from Poland are watching the show today. How you doing out in Poland? Hope you guys are well. I'm sitting here waiting for my next guest, who's going to be arriving very, very shortly, and we're going to get her on. She's a very popular TikTok star. And guys, I'm telling you, fascinating story. Because we are celebrating Lorraine Warren, I showed one video. I'd like to show another video. I've played some clips of this video in the past. The video I'm going to show you is part of an exorcism that transpired. And I'm going to show you Ed talk about this. All right? So crank up your volume and take a look at this.
For 40 years, Ed and Lorraine Warren have committed their lives to the study and teaching of paranormal activity in its multitude of forms. Their research has inspired numerous national best-selling books and has spawned such Hollywood films as The Exorcist and Amityville Horror. Lorraine, a light trance medium, and Ed, an avid investigator of anything which hails from the netherworld, spend their lives trying to identify the unknown, patrolling the supernatural realm and investigating unexplained phenomena occurring worldwide. Over time, their contest with the dim side of this foreign sphere has posted them the keepers of its icons. It is here in a tightly secured museum attached to the offices of the New England Society for Psychic Research that Ed tends his collection of mystic items. Each comes with its own story and each its own intent. It is only through a diversity of religious blessings and cleansing ceremonies that their power is kept at bay. Ed's knowledge of paranormal science is vast, and his expertise vital to the cases in which he and Lorraine have been involved.
You have to be extremely careful in how you treat these things. Circular embolism, certain prayers, you don't go picking them up, you don't have your aura mingle with the aura of these things unless it's positively necessary, and even I don't. And there are many what we call death dolls here. The doll you see here was made through black magic rituals. It's called a doll of shadows. Now, why is it called a doll of shadows? We'll take a look at it. It has human bones here and there and animal parts all over the body. You notice the nails in here and the tooth sticking out. Well, these are all feathers from crows and whatever. But this, I can tell through psychometry and through how it was made, that it was made with evil purposes. Now, the purpose is this, that they take a picture of this doll, they send it to you, and they put the curse on the back. You take it and you look at it and you laugh at it, but it's not a laughing matter. Because once you see the image of the doll, it can be projected telepathically to you in your dream state. Dolls like this have actually come into nightmares. These images of these dolls can be so frightening that they've actually stopped people's hearts during the dream state. A couple bought the doll from an antique dealer who practically gave it to them. They were doll collectors. And first night, both of them had scratch marks all over their body, and they had a horrible nightmare, the same nightmare, which is unnatural. The following night, it was not only scratch marks, it was claw marks, and very frightening. And they knew of us. They called me up. I went out there, and they said, "Take this doll, please. Take it." You see, you must be very careful with a doll like this. You can never destroy it. If you destroy it, you could have things occur to you that would be horrible. Because the spirits that are within the doll then are freed. And where do they go? To the one that destroyed their home. And this is their home right here.
So there's Ed explaining about one of the artifacts. That one wasn't the possession one, but how it was haunted, how they asked him to leave, what it was. That particular artifact, I believe, is here on display. You can actually see it live. So again, there's real things that are negative, and we're showing these videos because we're here to expose the truth and shed light on darkness. And of course, we're also paying homage to the Warrens because that's what this show is all about. Paracon, and what an amazing turn of events to see where it started. And I saw it with only a couple of hundred people at a restaurant on a farm to where it is today. Wow. Much blessings. We have people here from all over the world. We thank everybody. Amin, South Africa is watching. So thank you so much. Vanessa is enjoying her popcorn watching the show. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Again, we are live. I will try to take the camera and kind of turn it around to show you some of the people. And let's see if you can see that. You guys can see the convention here. It's a very big space, guys. A massive space. A lot of people are here, folks, right now. I got my booth here. And people are waving hi. There you go. And that right there, guys, that's the booth. That's the Conjuring House booth. And great couple. They lived in that house for 3 years. So we're going to get one of them out here to talk to us about that because we want to hear their experiences. They're actually paranormal investigators. So there it is. Over 6,000 people. We go till 8 o'clock today, guys. It's absolutely amazing. Guys, I'm telling you, man, we're having a good time here at this. Yes, no problem, Lily. Yeah, it happens, and we're doing it. We're doing it live right now, so no pre-recorded stuff. It's something different. You know what I mean? We're at the convention. It's amazing, guys. So remember, once a year, Halloween weekend, Paracon, and we're doing it live right here. So people are walking by and waving as we broadcast live. Again, we have a few more guests coming. Hey, we have some people from Finland watching the show. Hello to Finland. How are you? South Africa, Finland, Poland, Scotland, Ireland, all over the world people are watching. How you doing, guys? I wanted to share with you guys one of the most important things in the occult that you guys heard about warnings, but we need to rehash it, get back to it to remind you. This here, the Ouija board, which came into popularity during the spiritualist movement. And this was a way of communicating with the spirits. However, most occultists never use the Ouija board, ever. Never. And in fact, most botanicas that you walk into to purchase things, if you are into the dark arts, you'll never find a Ouija board there. Isn't that interesting? You cannot buy one there. They don't sell them, but they sell them in toy stores to Christians and regular people. And a lot of times these spirits use this as a conduit to come into your life, and they lie to you. So you need to be careful. Now, there's documentation, according to the Warrens and some of their case files, that it takes sometimes up to 7 years for a haunting when using a Ouija board. So you could use the Ouija board today, and in 7 years, things will begin to happen in your life. A lot of people don't know that. They think it happens right away. Remember, there's no time in the spiritual world. You know, it's 7 years to you could be 3 days to them. We don't know. So there is no time. So a warning goes out during Halloween, especially this time, the most lively time. Ouija board, stay away from them, ladies and gentlemen. It's so important that you're aware of the dangers and the doorways you open, because you cannot control the outcomes. So there you have it. Scotland as well. Gary, how are you from Scotland? Thank you so much. We appreciate that, guys. Again, we appreciate everybody being here as we are live from the Paracon show in the Mohegan Sun. We are in Connecticut, guys, and it is absolutely packed here, folks. Really, really busy. 6,000 people, still a lineup to get in here today. And I got to tell you, guys, it's quite amazing. People from all over the world have come here. I met somebody from Germany here today, and they're all over. They're looking at different vendors. They're talking to different people. It's just an amazing experience. And of course, we're here again to celebrate the life of Ed and Lorraine Warren, what they did, what they contributed to the world of the paranormal. They've done so much. I already played 2 different videos by them, but I want to share another video with you guys. This I've shared before. It is an actual exorcism. And the movie The Nun is kind of briefly based on this case. Now, they didn't give you the true facts of this case, but this is the case of Maurice from Montreal. It's an actual exorcism, so I'm going to warn you in advance. This is real footage, what you're about to see. This is not fake. It's not a movie. So if you're timid, you don't want to see this, now's the time to turn away. Otherwise, prepare yourselves. You're about to see a real live exorcism performed with Ed and Lorraine Warren. So crank up your volume and take a look.
While Maurice Theriault's capacity for instant violence was terrifying for all those around him, it was the source of his violence that brought Ed and Lorraine Warren into the house.
He was possessed by a demonic spirit, maybe even more than one demonic spirit.
The Warrens, who spent years recording and assisting at exorcisms, were called in by a Catholic priest after Nancy Theriault went for help in controlling Maurice's behavior.
Such as what? Movement of objects, sounds, bleeding from Maurice's eyes from no natural causes, crosses appearing on his body. State police were called in, local police. They found Maurice on the floor in the bathroom, and while there, they had seen phenomena occurring around Maurice, the bleeding from the mouth, the eyes, French-Canadian messages appearing on his back.
Finally, a decision was made. Bishop Robert McKenna, a friend of the priest who brought the Warrens to the case of Maurice Theriault, decided a full solemn exorcism was the only chance to avoid a tragedy.
This is called the Ritual Romano, which is the ultimate in the rites of exorcism where Catholicism is concerned. He prepared himself. He went to the home.
And the exorcism would be the first ever recorded on videotape. A tape that shows Maurice's face changing from this to this as the bishop chanted to cast out the devil. Nancy Theriault was present throughout the exorcism.
When they were doing the exorcism on him, when he turned his head, I saw his face change. I saw the satanic look on his face.
As the video shows, far more was about to change on Theriault's face than its expression. As Bishop McKenna chants, Theriault's skin seems to bubble. A deep crack has opened on his forehead.
Maurice, do you feel anything inside you? I see characteristics of his face look like they're becoming all crinkled, like burnt. There's a split on the left side of the head, which widens, opens up. The eyes, he blinks 3 times, which we consider an insult to the Trinity. The eyes look like a serpent.
How many are you?
All of a sudden, his eyes rolled up in his head, and his head went down. He collapsed, and within a few minutes, he came to. The first thing he asked for was Nancy, his wife.
This exorcism took place on the day after Easter 1985, and for several years, Maurice Theriault seemed to become normal again.
Things seemed to be going good. In fact, he wasn't even as mean as he used to be. He was easygoing. He was easygoing and everything.
But about a year ago, Ed Warren received an ominous call from Nancy Theriault.
And she said, Ed, I have to speak with you. And she said, Maurice is going back into his old ways again. Blood is coming out of his eyes. He's doing things that he shouldn't be doing. He's threatening people.
It was the beginning of the final tragic possession of Maurice.
Do you ever dream about him?
I haven't had one dream about that man since this happened. I'm sorry that he had to die. I mean, I didn't want him to die. All I wanted to do was leave me alone. But I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad he's gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, a real live exorcism. You can see his face change. Cuts on his head. His eyes changing like a serpent. It was very demonic. And it was a tragedy in the end. Now, Lorraine did reveal to me his circumstances and what he dealt with growing up. Something I rather not share with publicly, especially today. But he went through the toughest, hardest things you can imagine in his life, which got him to where he is in that place. Very dark. And a lot of that has to do with that. So again, these are warnings to everybody. This does exist. Somebody in the comment section was talking about, how this show is, not going towards Jesus. That's absolutely not true. This is called the Reveal Report, and we're here to reveal the truth about the occult, the esoteric, the paranormal, the supernatural. This is not a ministry. So if you're coming here to see a preacher, you're at the wrong show. There's 10,000 other channels you could go to, so go to them. This show is to discuss the occult. If you're coming here to read the Bible, you're in the wrong channel. So I want to get that clear. I've said it a few times. I don't know why people come here because they think there's going to be preachers or we're going to go into sermons. We're not a church. We are here to expose the occult and to shed light on darkness. I'm here to share my testimony on how God saved me from this world. So please be aware that's what you're getting when you're coming here. Because you think you're coming here to read the Bible and so forth. That's not really what we do here. We'll share stories from other Christians that have gone through darkness and have come to the light. But I want to be very clear. You're coming here to understand and know what is going on in the world of the supernatural, the paranormal, as we shine light upon darkness. So we appreciate all your love and support, guys. A few people just came in and wanted to say hello, so I wanted to acknowledge. We have some people from Yugoslavia. Hello. People from Poland. How are you? Thank you for joining us live today. We have people from North Carolina. Thank you for joining us and watching us live. Much appreciated. Guys, I'm happy that you guys are watching and tuning in because a lot of people want to know what's happening in this world. And we try to bring you that information. And that's what this is called, the Reveal Report, to bring you information on the supernatural, the paranormal, and the occult. All right? I'm here to do my part and my job. And if you're looking for a religious type of ministry show, this is not the one. You can find it somewhere else. That's it. Thank you all. Again, that was Maurice. He did pass away. He took his life, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. Let's ban somebody else because that's what we'll do. We will not have time to mess around. I don't got time I really don't care for any of you with your childish attacks. Don't come here, go somewhere else. End the story. Whether you believe or don't believe, I really don't care. You're banned and you're blocked. I don't want you here. Go somewhere else. Let's move on. Oh, Virginia, how are you? We have Virginia in the house. Gary, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Angela, how you doing? Cuban voodoo, very bad stuff. Cuban voodoo, very dangerous, everybody. Thank you, Darlene. I appreciate that. God bless. Thank you so much. Yes, Virginia, great place. I never got to visit. And guys, again, we were looking at possibly going to Salem because we were going to do a show in Salem live and invite people to be a part of it and go on an investigation in Salem. But this popped up. So we wanted to be a part of it. Again, I learned a lot from Lorraine, and it was important to be here. Yes, Kirian, it was very scary to see that exorcism. And again, guys, there's so much video and content out there. There's only so much I could share. But again, we are here to pay homage and thanks to Ed and Lorraine Warren for all they've contributed in the supernatural and the paranormal. Because of them, they've opened up the doors and our eyes to all this stuff. So we're blessed and we're lucky. I want to share another video. This is a shorter one of another type of situation. And they went to a house. This was the haunting in Connecticut. And this will show you a clip of what happened in the home in Connecticut. There's a movie based on it, The Haunting in Connecticut. And I want to share a clip of it, them communicating with the spirit. Watch it carefully, especially near the end. So you can see the footage that they have, Ed and Lorraine, are insane. But this is a shorter video, but turn up your volume, take a listen, and take a look. This was real footage from Ed and Lorraine's library at the Haunting in Connecticut home. Take a look.
In the name of Jesus Christ and the blood of Christ, I command you to reveal your identity. Give me some sign. Is that you moving something? Give me some sign that you're here. Good. Do you want this family to stay here in this house? I command you in the name of Jesus Christ to reveal your identity. In the name of Jesus Christ and the blood of Christ, I command you to reveal your identity in some way. In the name of Jesus Christ, I command you to reveal your identity.
That happened. That was the Haunting in Connecticut. That's real footage from their library. And a backstory to that, ladies and gentlemen, is that home was actually a mortuary. And in that mortuary, the owner who did the autopsies and so forth would actually conduct necromancy in the basement. And even worse, and you might not want to hear this, you might want to close your ears, he would actually have sexual desires with dead bodies. I mean, it was bad. And people don't know a lot about this house. The family dealt with so much of its haunting that was going on. And a lot of the souls that were in this home wanted justice and they wanted to be heard. And I believe there was an exorcism in this house. Of course, Ed and Lorraine were the investigators to go to this house. This is the Haunting in Connecticut story, guys. It's a horrible thing. And this exists. There are horrible people in this world. So you need to watch out for these people, ladies and gentlemen. It's incredible. And yes, it was in the basement. He was living in the basement. That is part of the story for the Haunting in Connecticut. Just crazy, guys. Again, we thank you for being here and watching the show, The Reveal Report. We're live from the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. So we are in New York State. And it's it's happy to be here, guys. A lot of people, they sold over 6,000 tickets. Again, there was a lecture going on in the main hall. Now a lot of people are coming into the vendor section where all the vendors are. I'm broadcasting live here, and we're waiting for a few more guests. We're waiting for Tony to show up. We don't know where he is right now. We're also waiting for possibly Ryan Buell to come and do a talk here and share some of his experiences that he had on Paranormal State on the A&E network. So great stuff, guys. And we're waiting for somebody else who's going to be joining us from The Conjuring house. You've seen the movie The Conjuring, the original. Well, a couple next to me actually bought that house. They lived in it for 3 years. And we're going to get one of them to come on over and talk about their experiences and what happened at this home. Read some of the comments here. From BW. Thank you, George, for your work exposing the occult. Please continue to provide solutions for protection. Thank you so much. And that's what we're here to do, is to shed light on the darkness and give you the tools you need. Can you guys come to Glasgow? I would love to come to Scotland. It would be amazing to come to Scotland. The demons want sex with corpses. So if the person's possessed, the demon will use that. Yes, it's insane. Australia. Hello to Australia. I hope things are well there. The Gold Coast of Australia. Again, Australia, beautiful place. I hope you guys are doing well. Things have opened up and you've gone about your life. A little bit of normal. Texas, how are you, Texas? How are you today? Again, people from all over the world are here. We're much appreciated, you guys joining us. Like, subscribe, and share, guys. You saw our first guest, Archbishop, was here with us, an exorcist, talking about exorcism. He's actually the priest that prays over the haunted artifacts when they go location to location, when they arrive, when they leave. So, oh, Maine. How you doing, Maine? People from Maine are here today. How you doing? Well, we got people from all over the world. We really appreciate it. Hey, Chad, how are you? Lots of evil in occult from Louisiana. Yes, we were in Louisiana for a smaller lecture engagement, and I got attacked. I was physically and mentally and spiritually attacked in Louisiana. A lot of grips, a lot of ley lines in Louisiana. There's a lot of dark old magic that happens there. Yes. California, how you doing, California? Victoria from Missouri. How you doing, Missouri? Got Missouri here. I love to hear where you guys are from. So many different stuff. Karine, I think that's pronounced right. How are you? Thank you again. I appreciate that love. Thank you, Karen. I look like I do. No, I don't, actually. I have a rosary on. Why do you say I look like I do witchcraft? Because I'm wearing black? You know, priests wear black. Monks wear black. So explain to me your reasoning for saying that. I don't know if you're just being facetious or... Oh, from Egypt. Wow, that's far. Ohio, incredible. Oh, you're in Florida now, Anissa. Originally from New England. Wow. New England had a lot of hauntings and stuff. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, I just don't know why people would say that. I wear black, so immediately I'm into the occult. It's pretty ignorant. Scotland, how you doing, Scotland? The UK is in the house. Oh, a friend of mine is the publisher, Paul. Very good guy. Follow him on Twitter for the Haunted magazine. I highly recommend you guys follow him on Twitter and pick up that magazine. It's the best magazine going out in the haunted community. So Haunted magazine, Paul's the one who does that out in the UK. Scotland, what's going on, Scotland? I live in Chicago. They've already let the, wow, Chicago. Oh, Mama, you met me in Shreveport. That was a great lecture. I love Shreveport. It was really nice. I liked it. I'd like to go back, actually. Thank you, Tam. I appreciate that.
Are you going to be here tomorrow night at the house?
Hey, thanks, Black Hats.
Yeah. So are you the owner now or before?
Joanne, I don't know where you're from, if you're a child or you're a shill, but I'm just going to block you. Sorry, we don't want your childness here.
Yeah, we had the flashy red truck.
Guys, I just won't put up with it. You know, we're doing a show here. We're having some fun. We're bringing you news, information to everybody. We're not charging for it. If you guys send a tip or a donation through PayPal for my work, I appreciate that. But I'm not going to have shills come in and act foolish on my channel. Bye. Yeah. Again, there are a lot of foolish people there, Tara. Again, we are waiting for some of our other guests to come on. How can you fight your enemy if you don't understand your enemy? Listen, see, you get it. Elisa gets it. Elisa, this is what I've been saying. This is why the show is here, to help you understand your enemy. Imagine being a lieutenant general. Okay? Imagine being a lieutenant general. And you have the book of your enemy's moves, his game plan, but you decide that you don't want to read it. I mean, here's another idiot. Johanne's an idiot, guys. Pay no attention. Johanne the idiot. So that's what this show is here, is to give you that information. Knowledge is power. How many people do you think we've helped with this show? And I'm not going to change me wearing black because some person doesn't like that I wear black. Don't watch the show. Go somewhere else. He is a troll. Lots of trolls. Lots of idiots trying to get a rise. I'll just shut them up. I won't play those games. There's a time to be Johnny Nice Guy. There's a time to just call them out and ban them. You're banned. Yeah, it's pretty crazy here. It's still pretty packed. Johanne, again, a heavy loser. You could keep setting up new accounts. You're going to keep getting deleted and banned. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you? Thank you for watching the show. Venice family, how are you? Thank you so much for watching the show. Mary Z, thank you so much for watching the show. Much appreciated. Just going through some of the comments, guys. We're waiting for some more guests to join us as we're just sitting here broadcasting live, guys, having some fun. And, man, so many people from around the world. It's amazing. It's quite amazing. Thank you, Janice. God bless you. Much appreciated. Thank you, Patricia Rodriguez. Thank you so much. God bless you, Patricia. Much love. Hey, Carrie. Not really. Not really. It's not too bad. You know, Jessie has her life, does her show. This is the Reveal Report. It's my show. I do my show. Everyone has time to do their own thing. So, no, it's good. Let her do and live her life and do her thing. Hey, Rhonda, how are you? Paracon, Tam, I'll tell you what Paracon is. Paracon is a convention on the paranormal, and it was started many years ago by Ed and Lorraine Warren, the original paranormal investigators. And now it's grown so big. So basically, there's vendors from all around the world. There's lectures to educate and teach you, and so much that is here, guys. So, yeah, that's what it's here for. That's what Paracon is. Lectures, you get to see things. It's pretty phenomenal. Oh, New Jersey, how are you? Texas, how are you? Texas in the house. What are your plans for Halloween? Well, Patricia, I don't celebrate Halloween, but I'll be going with some friends, and we'll be going for some food and some rides. We're going to the local fair, so nothing special. L. Russ, how are you? Hey, thank you, Black Hats. Much love for the donation, guys. Netherlands, how are you? So much love. Thank you so much. Again, guys, if you appreciate the information that we do, it's free. We're here to share it with you, share videos, do interviews, and give you information. If you're able to send anything whatsoever on PayPal to help cover the cost for traveling, it helps. It goes a long way at paypal.me/George Iceman, guys. Thank you so much. It helps. It goes a long way. And Kat, just send me something. Man, again, appreciate it because it goes with, covering the costs and so forth. So it means a lot. Thank you so much, guys. We're still waiting for some more people, actually. They're waiting up to hop on, but a lot of them were stuck in the lecture. This idiot again, Johan. Just an idiot. Sorry, guys. I apologize. There's a lot of idiots out there. The type of people that here's a lot of people from all over the world. Some of them are novice. Some of them are paranormal investigators. Some of them are just, people that watch horror movies and don't really believe it exists. Some people are fascinated with the supernatural. It's a lot of walks of life. And if we can wake up one person and bring them to Christ, just one, we're doing our job. Obviously, my job is to bring more than one. But if we could, bring people to the light, bring them to the Lord and his ministry, we're doing our job. So any way possible, we can get our word out. Yes, CNC, it is true. I like what Elisa said. Australia, how are you today? Hey, how are you, David? Thank you so much. Hope things are well in Pennsylvania, you and your wife. Poland is here. Excellent. Yes, it's true, Wendy. A lot of churches don't. Gary, how are you? Thank you so much. Yes, Julie, I'm doing my own version. I'm not a church. I'm not a ministry. That's not what I do. This is my way to share, the truth, or to share my testimony, how I came to God because of darkness. Now I come to the light and I try to share everybody the type of darkness that's out there. Sorry, guys, I'm reading some of the comments. Thank you, Christina. What's your perspective? That's why your perspective is so interesting. Thank you, Rhonda. Much appreciated. Oh, wow. Zurich, Switzerland. God bless you in Switzerland. Hey, Black Cat, you saw that movie? Because I was going to go watch it possibly tonight, early tomorrow. Do you recommend it? Is it good? I believe that's Pray for the Devil. It's a new horror movie. Is it good? Yes, it's true, Tara. We're just waiting for some more guests to get up here when they leave the lecture hall, so we could get them on here. Hope you guys are well once again. Just reading some of the comments here, guys. Yes. Thanks, Black Cats. I'll check that out. Appreciate it. Guys, I'm going to share another clip I've shared with some people before. This is a different case. Ed and Lorraine, I don't believe were initially involved in this case, but this was based on, this is an actual audio of an exorcism. It is disturbing. This is the case of Emily Rose. It was in Germany, okay? And there's a movie on it, and I have actual audio of this. So I want to share this video with you so you can see, again, this is real stuff. This is the real deal. This is not a movie. This is an actual, real footage, is actual audio. It's about a minute long. So turn up your volume if it's low so you can hear it. And then when you come back, you might have to lower it when I'm talking. I'm a little bit louder in the video. But here's actual audio of a real possession. This is Emily Rose in Germany. Take a listen.
Ruhe gibt's nur dort, wo die Liebe ist.
Ja, bei uns gibt's nur
Nur Hass.
Ja.
Und wo nur Hass ist, da gibt's keine Ruhe.
Nein. Und für uns gibt's nie Ruhe. Nie.
Weil
Ewigkeit.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the real deal. That's the actual audio of Emily Rose. That's in Germany. And notice she calls out two particular demons by name. And they're explained there. So, yes, this is based on Lily's question here. I never realized so many movies are based on reality. Yeah, they really are based on reality. That's where they get the ideas and the case files. They see something real, and then they use it. Now, sometimes they make it more than it really was to magnify for the movies. But case in point, it's all based usually on some type of reality. I mean, you'd have to have some kind of vivid imagination to come up with it. For instance, The Exorcist, that is based on a true movie. The Exorcist actually was a little boy, not a girl. And the boy was given a gift. He also, he dabbled in, I believe they messed around with the Ouija board as well. So very bad things. And it actually was a boy. The Exorcist was based on a real, true story. Quite horrible. And but then when they made a movie, they chose a girl. Now, the interesting thing is the director went to a Jesuit school. So for those who have watched some of my shows on the Jesuits, I'll give you a little insight. Patricia, she was possessed, had different demons that entered her, and she went through an exorcism. She actually died and didn't make it, unfortunately. It's very dangerous. Sometimes some of these, and in the movie The Rite, that's actually based on a real, true exorcist. Yes, Harold, a boy in Michigan, correct. But I believe that at one time they were in Washington. Yes, The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Well, I wouldn't say if she was manifested particularly by the devil himself, because she mentioned two different demons, two generals by name. So she mentioned two by name. So not necessarily the devil, but demons, legion, more than one in her. Yeah, one of the scariest movies I ever seen was definitely The Exorcist. One of the scariest movies I ever seen. Incredible movie. There's some videos out on the locations where they filmed it, and a lot of things have changed, including the hospital. They had a room where the bed was, where they did the exorcism and so forth. That hospital doesn't exist anymore. Who knows if it's because of that room or I don't know. There was even a synopsis of investigators that looked into it, and they believe the original house they lived in was a portal. It was a doorway and a gateway to have certain negative energies come in. Some scary stuff. Her eyes were black. I mean, she was hurting herself. It was getting violent. They had to hold her down. They had strong men come in to hold her down because she was hurting herself. She had a lot of bruises. Again, guys, if you appreciate the information, we thank you so much. And if you could, send anything through PayPal to help cover the cost of the trip to come here and be here, it's much appreciated. Go to paypal.me/George Iceman. We all appreciate everything. Can you close portals? I believe you can with the power of God Almighty. A lot of energy, a lot of prayer. It's powerful because these portals have been around probably thousands of years. But it is possible. I mean, Jesus says in the Bible, you're able to move mountains. Yes, Harold, correct. I don't know if your eyes turn black all the time, but it can be to some cases. As you saw my Maurice, his eyes turned like a serpent, like a snake. All right, I just blocked her. I had my my neighbor who was going on over. She's gonna come on over. Come on over. Grab a seat here. All right, I'm gonna put the mic close to you. All right, so this lovely lady, her and her family bought the actual Conjuring house that the first movie of the series was based on. They lived in that home for several years. This young lady is the daughter of the parents who bought the house, and she is now TikTok famous. 1.3 million people. And it's phenomenal. And there's a lineup of people to meet her and get pictures with her, autograph. I love it. It's so amazing because she's young and she's able to do her part to translate that information of the occult, the supernatural, to the public into a younger demographic because they don't want to read the books that I have to read and blah, 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 or go along. So they want a different perspective of it. So she's going to come and explain who she is, what she does, and how she targets the younger demographic to let them know. So please tell everybody about yourself. You might need the mic because it's, there you go. Move in there.
Thank you for the introduction. My name is Madison Johnson, as Ian said, Corey and Jen's daughter. And basically, I kind of just started a page as soon as we bought the house back in June of 2019. So I've been involved with the Conjuring House for about 3 years now. A lot of my content is educational, but I like to do a lot of live streams for people to kind of further explore the investigation in the property itself. And it's just really fun. I get to meet new people, and it's just really fun to kind of explain to people that it's not everything that Hollywood makes it out to be, and that it's way different from, in the movies versus the true story with the parents and everything. So.
Is there any way you can speak just a little bit louder?
Sorry.
It's okay. She's a little soft, very soft.
I have a more of a quiet voice.
Yeah. So just a little bit more if you want to get closer to the mic there.
Okay. Yeah.
Tell us about your TikTok. What made you start it, and what are some of the videos people could see on it?
Yeah. So honestly, I just posted a video randomly one time. It was the whole, I don't know if you ever saw with the Annabelle escaping, the whole, it obviously didn't happen, but so I made a video off of that. I was like, oh, people are scared of that. Well, my family owns their own house. Yeah. And all of a sudden it just went viral. Next thing I know, 2 days later, it's 13 million views. It was out of the water. It was crazy. So everyone's like, what is this? Can you explain the house? So next thing I know, I'm making educational content for people to kind of further explore that, which was amazing.
I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm sitting here. I've seen it. I've seen lineups. Oh my gosh, I got to get it. So it's amazing that she gets to, show a younger generation, an educational. And she actually lived in this house that was part of the Conjuring series that was haunted.
Yeah.
Let me ask some experiences, if you could share with our audience. What are some of the things that you've seen or experienced in this house that was haunted?
Yeah. So I've definitely had experiences in the house, some that I cannot explain. I've had shadow figures, I've had voices, footsteps, I've seen a full apparition of a woman.
Wow.
Lots of really interesting experiences, stuff caught on camera, objects moving, different devices going off. So, I mean, it's a new adventure every day at the house, honestly.
Do you ever get scared?
I've gotten spooked before, especially in the basement. It's just so different than the rest of the house. And even at nighttime,
Really?
Complete darkness, it is a different atmosphere.
So if let's say I was to go myself to investigate, what would be the one place you would tell? Was it the basement, or is there somewhere you think I should be? I want the most lively place.
Yeah. So the middle bedroom, we definitely have had a lot of activity up in there. But basement typically is really good for activity too.
Basement, okay. Yeah. Has anything ever touched you at all?
Yes. I've been poked on my shoulder blade during the tour. Something that was in the basement that caught my attention. My mom, she's been physically grabbed by the waist.
Really?
Dad got something grabbed his leg in the basement. So, I mean, we've definitely had physical experiences there.
Have they spoken to you in different types of ways? Because, sometimes there's the obelisk or the spirit box that you can use to communicate. These are certain devices that help paranormal investigators communicate with the other side. And again, let me warn everybody, we're not in divination. So it's not like we're having a conversation with the spirit. We're trying to figure out who they are, why they're there, and how we could move them forward. So I don't want anyone on the show thinking, George is still in the occult and he's doing divination. We're not doing that. We try to help people. That's the job. So you've communicated. Have you heard words come back from these devices that they're speaking to you? What kind of things have you heard?
A lot of messages pertaining to like a young child we've noticed mainly in the upstairs room.
That's interesting.
Sometimes he gets to try us to play. Like we've noticed like hide and seek type things.
Okay.
We've gotten names before, soldiers, lots of different
Soldiers, really? Interesting.
So, I mean, just Harrisville, the area alone, it's definitely very active. We would say it's the land that's haunted, not just the house.
So, see, the point that she made is absolutely right. So it's the land that's haunted, not just the house. And who knows, the house could have been built on, sacred land. It could have been native, and they didn't move the bodies. So that energy is still upset and angry because they're not used to that, right?
Yeah, even the neighbors experience stuff in their own homes
Wow.
too. So we really do think it's just the surrounding area in Harrisville.
So the Conjuring House, so those who don't know, for those that are unaware, that she lived in with her family, was the house of the first series, which was plagued by a witch who conducted magic in this home for power. And Ed and Lorraine did an investigation. It was a big thing. There's a type of exorcism performed on the house and the energy. So it was pretty spooky.
Yeah.
And you guys have gone in there. You've been there how many years?
Pretty much 3 years almost.
You're no
longer 2019.
But you're no longer there.
So they sold the property back in May. I work there monthly still, so I go down once a month, and then we're here at Paracon today to kind of help out with the new owner.
Wow,
yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so we have a really great friendship with her and everything, so it's been really great.
Now, is she, I'm just curious, you don't have to share, but is she just an investor or is she into the paranormal? What was her objective to buy that home?
Yeah, so she was kind of just interested in paranormal. Nothing like this. Like
Nothing.
She was kind of an outsider, but she was definitely really fascinated with mainly
Wow.
the history, and she loves keeping the house's story alive.
Wow.
Like whether it's with the parents or going into actual origins of the house. Because I mean, this house dates back as late as the 1680s. So I mean.
Wow, so that's hundreds of years old.
Oh yeah. So I mean, it has so much history just beyond the paranormal aspect of it.
Wow.
So she just really does care about maintaining the property the way it is today.
So let me ask you now, the property, is it in an area where cars could come, park, you could have guests on a regular basis with no complaints from the neighbors? Can you do that in that location?
Yes, she has expanded parking. Some of the neighbors do complain because, there's the people that are like, hey, I want to see the Conjuring house, and they'll pull in their driveway.
Of
She
course.
tries her best. Like, if they're having issues, normally they will come to her, thankfully. But we do try and maintain, like, everything, at the house and everything.
So the reason I mentioned that, so you guys understand, is, again, other neighbors don't want to be disturbed.
Right.
Case in point, the Warrens Occult Museum is closed because they've zoned it so no one could come because the neighbors complained of all these people. So some people would come without calling in advance, just show up, park on people's lawns, maybe destroy the property, and kind of like go on private property. So that's not what they were looking for. So it needs to be zoned. It needs to be done in a correct way. So we're telling you that so you understand. If you know where the Warren Occult Museum is, please don't go there. It is private property. It's closed. There's cameras there. The neighbors might call the police because they want their own peace of mind. They didn't choose to have an occult museum across from them, right?
Right.
So that's why we mention it. And the Conjuring House, they're doing something special. And I'll explain why we mentioned the parking and all that. If you can maybe share everybody that you actually do open investigations for the public if they're interested.
Yeah, so we did open it up to the public. So we have day tours options available along with overnight investigations, posted events. So, I mean, there's tons of ways to visit this house. We just ask, please be respectful of the neighbors in the surrounding area because again, we have a lot of people that will unfortunately trespass the property just to get that one photo of, the Conjuring House. But there are ways to do it. So the website, theconjuringhouse.com, if you look up that, you can find all the information and availability, details on everything there.
So theconjuringhouse.com.
Theconjuringhouse.com, yeah.
We'll try to add that to the description when this is posted up. Tell everybody about your TikTok a little bit more because they're watching. They want to know what it is, how they follow you. Tell us where they can find it.
Oh, yeah. So my TikTok page is madison.heinzen207. If you look up even the Conjuring House hashtag on TikTok, I'm sure that will come up. I'm a verified creator. I can show my page here, too.
There you go. And can you type it in here?
I can try. Let me see.
We'll try to type it in. She'll try and type it in here, and we'll put it in there. But she's going to show you so you guys can see.
So that's my page, if it will load.
Yeah.
So that's the page there. But yeah, so if you look up the Conjuring House hashtag, I'm sure that comes up. I use it all the time. I make tons of educational content, but also some of my experiences I've had there, along with Disney content. I'm a huge Disney fan, so it's fun doing paranormal stuff with that too. But yeah, so that's kind of my page in a nutshell, I guess.
Follow it, guys. Subscribe to it. Follow it.
Thank
She's
you.
awesome. She's doing great things, and we want to thank you for being here. Anything you want to share with everybody before you move on to your booth next door and help people?
Yes.
They're all waiting to take pictures and see her.
Oh goodness. There's nothing else really I would like to share unless if you have anything specific.
Nope. Just want to say thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate that. I'll bring her a water or coffee, guys, while she's sitting there. But thank you so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on here.
We're having a great time here, guys.
Yeah, it's so much fun here today.
Like so many people from around the world. Some of the people that came to see you, they're not even from America.
Yeah.
They're like,
they traveled like far, like Florida, California, like I've had so many people travel across.
One woman was German that came to see you.
That's amazing.
I was like, German,
Germany.
Yeah, so far. So, and again, guys, it's the only of its kind. I want to say that I've been around for about 13 years now, and they don't do paranormal conventions really like this. No, there's like ghost hunts where they'll have like certain ghost investigators from different shows come together.
Yeah.
They might do a weekend type of getaway type of thing.
Right.
Just some cool little things, but a convention with like vendors, different types of ghost hunters from around the world, TikTok personalities, actual haunted objects. They got a whole room of real haunted objects from the Occult Museum. And guys, there's a lecture room. People like Ryan Buell, Tony Spera, and so many more were there. So guys, once a year, every Halloween, it's called Paracon. We'll also post that. So you might want to buy tickets for next year, because if they did 6,000 this year,
I can only imagine next year.
10,000 next year.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. It's been a huge success here today, and it's so great to see everyone here having a great time. Warrens Paracon now, so it's been really fun today.
And I might not have haunted items, but I have been a collector of certain occult items because of my past. And also with those occult items, I have certain movie items from major horror movies. For instance, the pajamas from The Exorcism of Emily Rose that you were on screen. Wow. So I got those and a few others. Right now I'm working on something from The Exorcist.
That's so cool.
So I might have some of those artifacts from some of the greatest horror movies of all time, supernatural movies, because I'm all about the supernatural. Here next year, if Tony will have me, I'll have them on display for everybody. And big setup. I just came and set up to do some interviews. So it's been fun.
It's been fun today. Like seriously, there's so many people here, and it's great to just see everyone having a great time.
Let me ask you, for horror movie, you watch horror movies?
Yeah.
So if you could recommend a horror movie for them, what would you recommend they check out?
The Conjuring, just the original one, just because it's based off of the house. But
yeah,
it's definitely a classic.
Oh, they even got merch. Take a look at the shirt, guys. Look.
Got the merchandise.
They're selling the merch. They're selling the T-shirts. They got the hoodies, guys, and so much. And if you go to their website, again, you could be participating. If you ever want to see it, you could participate in one of these investigations. And they'll give you an opportunity. They have different, you're there maybe once a month or something now? Yeah. So she's there once a month. You'll get to meet her and get a picture with her, and then you can be TikTok famous. Are you on Twitter or no?
I'm not on Twitter.
That's us old people. Old people are on Twitter. So
a lot of people have Twitter. I just haven't used it.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Jake Paul's on Twitter, right?
Yes.
Okay, so he's still in that realm. So guys, again, it's an unbelievable world, and we're here to try to shed light on darkness. That's what the Reveal Report is all about. And have different guests. We are still waiting for Tony Spera and Ryan Buell. They're going to join us. We're going to talk about some of the scariest cases they've ever participated in. And yeah, again, thank you for watching. I'm going to play a quick video. That's our commercial break. And you guys can check out some more stuff. I played a bunch already from Ed and Lorraine Warren, and you guys got to see this stuff. But I found something that was very interesting, a couple of videos that I wanted to share. And this is a real life exorcist. And we had an exorcist. You saw we had Archbishop Pilates here earlier in the show. But I want to share a clip of an exorcist. This is the exorcist who actually the movie The Rite was based on. It was actually based on him. He went to Italy. He went to shadow this major priest who did major exorcisms. In the movie, it was, of course, that famous actor from Silence of the Lambs, Anthony Hopkins. But that guy in real life existed. So I'm going to play this clip. Take a look. This is a real life exorcist who talks about his experience.
I think the movie was very on target. I worked on the set with Anthony Hopkins for a week in Budapest. The critics panned the movie in part, some of the movie, because they felt that the girl who was impregnated as a result of incest, that those movements were unreasonable. Those were not possible. Those are possible. And I worked on that. When I was on that set with Michael Nordstrom, he kept saying to me, what do you think? What do you think? And I kept saying, what she's doing is very legitimate, even though it was acting. Because when a demon is attached, or a possession, which is rare as opposed to an attachment, the demonic is going to do anything it wants to your body, things that you wouldn't normally be able to do. And that's why when I was reading these critics, I was going, they don't know what they're talking about, because they've never really actually seen one. But in fact, in Rome and here, there are situations where the body, the demon, will be able to contort a body in ways that the person wouldn't normally be able to contort.
I mean, guys, real life. That's a real life exorcist. He's the one that the movie The Rite is based on, guys. So, yeah. And again, thanks to Madison for coming on, big TikTok star. Follow her, guys. I'll post her information as well in the description. We'll post this up so everyone can watch. We're here live. If you're just joining us from Paracon in the unbelievable Mohegan Sun, Connecticut, New York State, guys. And there's vendors of all kinds here. Very, very interesting, guys. And I tell you, I'm excited, and I'm glad to be here and interview people and share stories and so forth. So it's a lot of fun. Greetings from the beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida. Oh, hello, Florida. Again, guys, we appreciate you guys watching, tuning in, and supporting the show. And if there's anything you could do to help with Patreon, go to paypal.me/George Iceman. Everything goes a long way, helps cover the cost to get on this trip and come here to New York and do this. So we appreciate anything you can. Much love, everybody. We're waiting for a few more. There's a new show on Netflix that Tony Spera is producing, and it's called 28 Days Haunted. And it's based on a theory from Ed and Lorraine Warren. They believe that the longer you go, the more they lift the veil in communicating with the supernatural. And this show, it's got about 6 episodes. It was just released on Netflix. It's an incredible show. And one of the investigators is a demonologist. And he's here today. I'm going to bring him on the show. He's going to come on in about 10, 15 minutes. And we're going to have him out here, guys. We're going to interview him. We're going to ask him his experiences. And if you see in the show or some of the episodes, he says there's a few things he's able to share that happened off screen he wasn't able to talk about on the show. So I wonder what that is. What could he be talking about? Fascinating stuff, guys. Thank you again for watching. Please give us a like, subscribe, and share. The Reveal Report. This is a special, live from Paracon. So, yeah, if you're interested, it's called 28 Days Haunted on Netflix. Tony Spera is the producer of the show. He's on it. He brings some paranormal investigators. And here's the synopsis, guys. They have to stay in a house 28 days secluded. That means it's almost like Survivor for the paranormal. They can't reach out to the outside world. All the food is brought to them, so they have to make their own food, laundry. They have to live in a haunted location, and these are some of the liveliest locations in America. 3 of them. So it's 3 teams at the same time, different footage of all 3 teams. 28 Days Haunted on Netflix. Highly, highly, highly recommended. It's a great storyline. I think they're going to do it again, and I'm excited to see it. And there is some really strong evidence of paranormal activity on this show, so I highly recommend you guys check it out. Yeah, very interesting, Lily. So I highly recommend you guys check it out. Rhonda's watching. Yeah, watch it. It's phenomenal. Very good. Again, you're going to see some and it's going to reveal some interesting stuff. Love your show, The Reveal Report. I appreciate you always sharing your wealth of knowledge. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And again, guys, if some of you are going to participate on Halloween, if you're going to do it with your kids, please be careful. Say a prayer. Check the candy. I mean, if I can't stop you from doing it, then I could at least warn you to what to watch out for. Watch out for the candy. We did a story on that. Watch out for the areas and communities you go on, and be in prayer and give glory to God for protection. Vanessa recommended a movie, When the Lights Went Out. True story. This house is 20 minutes from me. Okay, When the Lights Went Out. I will check that out. Thank you for the recommendation, Vanessa. Yeah, it's the 28-day cycle, Lily. It was a theory created by Ed and Lorraine, and now they're trying it out in real time. 3 houses, 3 teams, secluded. They cannot leave the house. They have to live in this house for 28 days. And man, some evidence, some disclosure, real thing. I mean, some of these cases have police involved, and these investigators got some information that the police didn't have. I'm quite sure of it. You got to see this. Some pretty good stuff. Only 6 episodes. Again, guys, if you can't support, go to paypal.me/George Iceman. Anything helps, supports the show, keeps it going. So I do appreciate it, and helps cover some of the costs for traveling and coming here and doing this. George, how do you feel about you and Jesse doing a show on Disney? Ooh, Angela, I think we did a show on Disney. I believe we did. I don't know if we did a whole show. We never did a whole show on it, but we tapped into some of its stories, some of its shows, and hidden symbolism. I think it was Hidden Symbolism. That may have been the title, possibly. George, they are targeting the students. Yes, they are, Tara. So be very careful. You got to be very careful. We've heard about that. There's been news. They are targeting some kids. So again, if you're going to go out, watch for the candy, please. Thank you, Miriam. Yeah. Guys, we're waiting for the Exorcist to join us very, very shortly. So I'm excited about that. No problem, Angela.
I know. I'll say.
Again, it's still pretty busy. I'm going to move the camera so you guys could see a little bit, so you guys could kind of just want you guys to see. There's a lot of people here still. More people still coming in. That's Madison next to us. Yeah, guys, just showing you. Big space here in front of us, our table. But lots of vendors, man. I'm telling you, it's pretty crazy, guys. George, have you seen the show Evil on Netflix? I have not seen the show Evil. Not yet. No, I have not.
Oh my
Thank you, Mai. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Guys, this is my new rosary that I got. The beads are a black, but they were given to the guy by a priest. So a priest had these beads. And the guy made this custom. He actually tweaked it for me. And then I started off the show with the Archbishop blessing it for me. So it's a beautiful rosary. And it's my protection. And yeah, it's another way of showing my faith. I don't know, Lisa. It's a very good question. It all depends on the people. We have to wake up the masses so they understand how dark this world really is here. Yes, that's true, Tara. Yes, Miriam, that's great. Hold a cross. I've done it for over a year, a Bible and a cross. Thank you, Black Hats. They look good, right?
I'm heading over to Rhode Island. I'm just going to the hotel tonight and then heading up to the house tomorrow.
Terry makes a good point. You can grab all the candy with your kids, and then when you get home without them knowing, you throw that candy out, and you just spend $10 and you buy a bag of different types of candy, an assortment candy from the supermarket, and throw that in their bag, because then you know where it's coming from. To be safe, you can do that. That's an option.
It's to meet the new
Thank you, Rhonda. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Yeah, we're just waiting for our next guest. He's going to be coming very, very soon, I believe. He's the exorcist. So we're excited to have him. Just going through some of the comments, guys. Just reading some of the comments. Could you do a show on the difference between New Age lies and the truth about energy? Yes, it's a good idea. George, get some gambling in. Done. I don't gamble anymore. I'm done with that. I don't do any gambling, actually. George, just want to know you're awesome. Love you. Thank you, Ginger. Thank you so much. God bless, Ginger. Means a lot. I appreciate that.
I was like, you're not going to book anything. I'm like, no, but I want to say hi to the people.
Thank you for saying hi, yeah. I've been trying to be
I see, well, I watch it all the time. So are you, do you live there?
No.
George, what do you think of psychics who speak to the dead on an Spirit Box app? Ooh, staff, that's... I personally don't like when they do it. I don't like when they do that. I've used the Spirit Box, but I'm not a medium or a psychic. I don't commit necromancing. I just want to know why they're there and how I could move them along to get them off of that house or keep them away from the family that they're attacking. So that's my objective, basically, is to... Yeah, that's my objective. Again, guys, we are still live. This goes until 8 o'clock tonight, actually. It's very interesting. It goes until 8 o'clock. See there, look how many people are there too.
It is, though. Yeah. How are you? I'm good.
See?
Yeah.
Guys, Madison. Madison's famous. Yes, it is, Deborah. Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm happy to have this blessing.
Well, really cool. So, yeah.
Yes, I use, Rhonda, a EMF detector, which helps me decide what's there and what's not. And usually you could use that to communicate yes or no. Do I know who the Antichrist is? I have an idea. I have a very good idea on who I think it is and who they want it to be. Yes, it is. Correct, Mai. I'm reading two things at the same time. I'm reading my Instagram and I'm online here. Ha, Elon. Yeah, that's all we'll say right now. Does Vogue from countries like be more specific on that question, if you don't mind. No, it's not, Rhonda. No, it's not. Fly. Also, no, Angela. Staff, I don't like a pendulum and spirit rods. That I don't like. So I don't recommend it. I don't use it. That is a form of divination, but I mean, you got to be careful with using that. Yep.
I love watching your videos.
Madison is just so famous. More people next to her taking pictures. Crazy, guys. Again, we're just waiting for the exorcist to join us. Hopefully, he'll be here soon. I always thought, no. Let me ask you, because it is Halloween. Some of you are here to learn things, but I'm sure some of you may possibly look at scary movies. So if you don't mind typing into the chat, what scary movies do you recommend? What did you like? What was scary to you? What movies have you watched before that were scary? Maybe we could recommend it to some people. What do you think? Can you name? No, I cannot name. Anne, sorry. Yes, Don. Well said. He does have a weird body, Cat. Yes. Oh, on the Vogue magazine, yes. I mean, 99%. 99%. There's not 1% no, but 99%. I haven't seen any magazine covers from those places to look for the symbology and imagery. I'm quite sure it's there if we look, but I haven't seen any recently there. The Omen is bad, like not good. Don't watch it. Is that what you mean? The original, the remake? Yes, Carrie. The real scary movie is that you just said. The Entity, Rita, that's a very scary movie based on true events, 100%. The Exorcist. I really like the Blair Witch Project, The Haunting of Hill House. Okay, so Victoria has 3 good ones that she likes. The original Omen is evil. Yes, very well done. Notice that in that movie they chose politics for the devil to come into power. The synopsis of that movie in the 70s was politics, that they chose the devil to come into power in the Omen. Yes, Cindy, I love The Conjuring. Amazing. That's great, Lynette. I hope I'm saying your name wrong. I love that they're doing that. Pray over the candy, 100 million percent. Guys, I'm waiting for my guest to come on. It's going to be the demonologist. I'm going to play a quick video. I'm just trying to get it here. So give me a moment. And yes, we're going to get this guy on here. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to get him quickly.
I love her. I always try to make all the lives. I do the Halloween live stream.
Just trying to find it here, guys.
The annoying thing about TikTok though is I set notifications to get your lives, and I don't get it.
Oh, I can't find it here.
I don't know why. I don't know if it's like a glitch or my I think it's just live notifications.
All right, I'm going to share another video with you guys. This is a hotel where there are some pictures taken of some hauntings, some apparitions. So I'm going to play this video for you guys. It's 2 minutes, so take a listen. And it's really, really good, guys. So here it is.
It's one of the spookiest places in America, and this photo shows why.
I thought maybe a little girl ran by, thinking she walked by really fast. Something, did we miss her?
John and Jessica Mosling visited the famed Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado last month. They took a guided spirit tour that explains the 108-year-old building's haunted history. While walking around, they snapped this photo, and at the bottom of the image was something they didn't see in person.
So even if you look at the picture, you notice nobody's looking there. You know, they're all looking at the tour guide. So, I mean, you just don't excuse something like that, you know, a girl when they're in her so-called, what I thought was, looked like pajamas.
Some kind of white gown.
Yeah.
The couple says they called the hotel to see if any children were staying there the night they took the tour, and the hotel reportedly told them no. But the Stanley Hotel is well known for its paranormal activity. When author Stephen King stayed there, he says he had a nightmare so scary it inspired him to write The Shining.
Here's Johnny!
Last year, another guest tried to snap a photo of an empty lobby, but ended up with a photo of what looks to be a woman at the top of a staircase. The Moslings didn't spend the night at the hotel, but now they're considering going back to stay over and see what else will happen.
They speak of several things that, you know, might occur while you stay there, like little children running the hallways at night, your doorknob rattling, possibly somebody grabbing your feet when you're sleeping, and not quite sure how I would handle that or how the wife would handle it, but it would be one heck of an experience.
For InsideEdition.com, I'm Mara Montalbano.
There you go, guys. Some crazy stuff out there. Pan Labyrinth, very interesting movie. Rosemary's Baby, very, very scary movie. Very interesting. We did a show on that a couple weeks ago. You might want to check that out. Very interesting stuff. I talk a lot of truth about that movie and the location and those associated with that movie. A lot of hidden occultic information about Rosemary's Baby.
The only thing that would make this day even crazier is if Sam and Colby showed up. I think I would probably collapse. They were so nice. Like, they're really
Guys, we're waiting for the demonologist. He might be still doing his lecture. So we're waiting on him to join us. So we might have to pause for a little bit and come back. But yeah, we're just going to have to wait until he finishes his lecture and bring him on and get some interviews with him. Again, guys, want to thank you for joining us early. It's not our typical Friday show, but I was traveling. I was on the road. I was actually on a train yesterday at that time, so we couldn't do the show. But I want to thank you guys all for watching. We appreciate the love and support. Give us a thumbs up. And if you can, go to paypal.me/George Iceman. Anything you could do helps, and it's much appreciated, guys. I'm going to sign off for now and probably come back in a bit when I get a hold of some of my other guests. We're here for a little while, so I hope you guys Stick around. Have an amazing weekend. Like, subscribe, share. Take some of the suggestions and watch some scary movies, guys. I appreciate you guys being here. Remember to get outside, get some fresh air, get some vitamin D. All right, guys? And most importantly, give grace, glory, and praise to God Almighty. Thanks for watching, and good night.